do one thing every day that scares you. That's a line from a song that I find myself going back to again and again, every now and again. It's called Everybody's Free to Wear Sunscreen by Baz Luhrmann. Inspired by that song, I decided to launch this project, my own personal pet project, that I'm calling #Everybody's Home. An MCO project by me. And as you know, I believe in the magic of collaboration, and therefore I'm getting a whole bunch of my friends to contribute to this project. And I did a Google form, I WhatsApped everyone, I put it on my Facebook page, and I'll continuously post about it until Wednesday midnight this week. And then from there I'm going to try and craft text of our collective mindset of how all of us are feeling right now. And one of the first questions that I'm asking everyone in that list is, what do you fear? You know, in relation to this pandemic, that's to date, at this very moment, I see that I've got 15 responses. So if you're one of the respondents, thank you so much for taking the time. Really, it's really simple, right? I mean, everyone just has to answer 2 out of 5 questions, or all 5 questions, and I've limited the characters to like a tweet, so 150 to 200 characters or less, to say what you're thinking. And some of the answers I've received are really beautiful. I realized that I didn't know what my own answers were, so I'm going to start putting out these videos just to, you know, share with you guys, just like you guys are sharing with me. And so I guess the question is, what do I fear? I feel like a lot of us, when we look at life, is like a series of blank spaces that we continuously fill up with activities so that we don't have to deal with the real stuff, you know? And I think fear is something that's real and tangible, and I'm unfortunately really guilty of that. I don't allow myself to feel fear because I'm just constantly moving. So when I forced myself to start thinking about what it is I truly fear, a thought occurred to me. I went back to moments where I can't afford to not be present in the moment. And it's usually when I'm acting on stage. And some of the most vivid memories of when I completely and utterly broke down on stage has usually been associated to one feeling. And I'll illustrate it to you. I remember the first occurrence of this was way back in 2009, where I played this character named Guan for the swimming instructor. And spoiler alert, spoiler alert, at the end of it, my character commits suicide by drowning himself in a swimming pool. Yeah, he's a swimming instructor, he drowns himself in a swimming pool. How's that for ironic, right? But I remember that essentially how the play ends is that I stand up after I die and I say this one monologue to no one. And I remember really breaking down because I felt like there was no one around me that could really help, and I was looking for my co-actors who would look right past me, and I was looking at the audience members who, you know, were just trying to connect with me, but I could feel a wall because, you know, they're the audience and I'm the actor, and just felt so alone, and I just broke, tears flowing out of my eyes. And as recently as December in 2018, I had the privilege once again to play this character by the name of Jared in this musical called The Edge. And spoiler alert, again my character dies and the last scene is played out with me standing in my coffin and looking around at the people who are nearest and dearest to me, and they're just looking past me, just feeling complete sadness, and me standing there feeling guilty for that moment of weakness for committing suicide, and trying to say sorry to these people, my mother, my brother, and kids that I grew up with, and I couldn't because they couldn't see me. And the way the scene ends is that they all walk off stage and the doors close and the lights go down, and every night I broke down to the point of ridiculousness, snotty tears, and I realized once again it's that feeling of being alone. So I guess that's my fear. I fear loneliness. I fear being cut away from everyone who's near and dear to me, and not having that freedom and option to being close to them. I've been one of the fortunate ones in this pandemic to be able to share space with my wife, Henry, and still be close enough to my parents and her parents and my general family, basically, to still see them and help them out to get like food supplies and stuff. And I'm very blessed and thankful for that opportunity. And I've been, I guess that means I've been able to avoid feeling that fear. So yeah, if you can take the time to go over to my website, michaelcsm.com, and go over to my blog, you'll be able to see a description about this project, Everybody's Home, and you can have a click on the link that will take you to the Google form where you can fill up your answers to the question. If you're watching this video and you're not a friend of mine, no worries, I'd love to hear from you. Do check it out. And most importantly, everyone, let's take care of ourselves so that we can take care of other people around us. And let's get through this. Kita jaga kita. Kan? Thanks. Peace.